Look okay.
We're back for another week. Follow me round. And this week starts a little bit different.
Hey, buddy.
We are going to Bucharest, which is where I left off from last week. So we firstly pick up my friend Duff, and we've got a couple of jobs. We have to head over to IKEA before, and then we head to near the airport. We're staying in a travel lodge just because we have to be up early the next day.
Hello, this is normal.
So we're getting up at 4:20 in the morning,
Morning, you
and we're heading into Leeds Bradford airport. So we are going over to Bucharest, which is the capital of Romania. It's Tom taking a bit of a snooze there. When we landed, it is fairly cold over there, a little bit colder than over here. And the trip starts with us going here, which is Europe's largest beer hall, apparently. This place was huge. We did get there just after it opened, so it wasn't too busy. And this was kind of a birthday trip, so it's my 40th this year, as well as a few friends of mine. So we decided to do this trip. We were meant to go here on a stag do a couple of years ago, but there was a bit of a mix-up with passports, mainly mine, and it got cancelled, and we rearranged it to be in the UK. So we kept talking about going back, and we finally arranged it. So we had a big taster menu meal on the first night, which was like a 10-course meal. We went to this bar that we found, looked fairly cool, and turned out to be an escape room bar. There's a few actors dotted about that came in and out. Down here, just loud, noisy bar with a bit of dancing. Next day we did a little bit of sightseeing, went to this monastery in the old town, and a bit of a wander around. So that next day as well, we also went to Therme, which was a massive spa complex. I didn't really get any footage inside, so it'd be a bit weird to take the camera in there with a lot of people about. It was packed, but it was huge, and we spent the whole day there from about lunchtime to, I think we left about 11 o'clock at night, at which point it was snowing. So when we got back, we didn't actually manage to eat anything because the restaurants had closed in the spa by the time we left, so we had to wander into town, go find somewhere to eat. Did walk past this strange situation where this person had someone in a bag dragging them up the street.
Look okay.
Thought they were fairly safe. Back to the hotel.
What we're doing.
So the day after that, we played then a couple of escape rooms whilst we were over there. This first one was recommended on a couple of enthusiast groups and review sites. It was quite a physical game, lots of mechanical things to play with, but also very dangerous. She was very insistent that we could get hurt on pretty much everything in the room, which was a little bit scary, but we managed to get through without any injury.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay guys, I need to get from the room like...
We also played a second escape room, which was recommended on a different review
That's
site,
on now.
which is like a lost tomb Aztec thing, which was quite good. Enjoyed them both. They're both quite different. The second one was a lot more puzzly. The first one was a bit more physical.
Yeah.
We had good fun in both of them.
Day.
I can feel it a bit. I can feel it. Can you touch it
A little bit hard to see inside because it was dark. Wasn't supposed to really be filming, but managed to get a couple of small little clips that didn't give anything away. We then went to this traditional restaurant at night. Had a fancy band on in the corner. And some typical Romanian food, which was very nice. And on the last day, we head up to this golf simulator because we're just by the airport. We had a bit of time to wait for the flight. And a few hits in. Unfortunately, our other friend that was going to be joining us for this part was quite ill at home, or back at the hotel. So he met us later on. It was then off to the airport, get ready for the flight, get on there and get back to the UK. So it was nice to get away, but it was quite tiring. It's not quite a relaxing break. It's nice to get back home, get ready to get back into work. There's Tom there having a bit of a sleep after his illness. And we're here back in the UK, back at Leeds Bradford. Go pick up the car and head back home. So on to Wednesday. Today we're at the distillery, so delayed it for a day. Went down there, met John. John was already running some gin, getting stuff ready. We had to strain out this rhubarb gin that we started last week. Because of so much rhubarb, it was quite tricky to get it all out. It was a bit of a mess, took a bit of time.
Put it on the floor.
Put the gin from last week that we've now cut just into these polys just for storage. I've got some more labels delivered because we ran out of those for the London Dry, so I had to get some more delivered whilst I was away. And brought them down just so John can finish off bottling. So I'm back on with a bit of admin. This is me trying to reclaim my money from the dissolved company that I spoke about a few weeks ago. I also have to check in with the customer that we're running this gin for, just to see exactly what they wanted, quantities that they want in bulk and in bottles and everything, just so I make sure I do the right amount. So John's there, on there, bottling some more London Dry, labelling it, heat shrinking it. Then we take some measurements from this new gin as we go along, just so we can see how it's getting on as it's coming out of the still. I think the rhubarb did soak up a lot more of the alcohol than normal because of so many ingredients in there, so we got a little bit less out of it than I was hoping for. I think we just managed to get enough for what the customer wanted. Then pack an order, ready to go in the post and get back home, do a bit of admin and finish for the day. Then head down and just go and drop off this parcel as well, just so it goes in the post box. Here we are on Thursday, so we nip into the distillery. We didn't quite finish yesterday. I have to go in and make up some alcohol, so there's the ingredients ready for our next batch for next week. So I have to go make up some 50% alcohol. Start by pumping out the NGS. And we pour that into our urn, measure out how much NGS we need. And then we add in some water as well, just to dilute it down to 50%. That's the water going in. And then we pour all that into our lime ingredients and let that then stew for at least a couple of days. We'll leave that then until next Tuesday before we start running it. Have to do our second batch now. Give that one a mix up as well. This is the excess NGS that I pumped out that I don't need, so I stick that back into the IBC just to store it. And then I've got quite a few jobs to run around town and do today, so it's my son's birthday the following day on the 6th. So I have to go in and get a few things, some wrapping paper, some card, to go to Argos to get his main present. Walk into town. I've also got some bits to do for work, so I have to go get a load of keys cut for unescapable. So a few weeks ago we actually had it where the lock got stuck on the front door. I had to get an emergency locksmith to come out and try and drill the door open so we could actually get into work, which they managed to do, but they damaged the lock, so he replaced it. I had to get a load more keys cut for staff. I then go to the jeweller's to pick up the ring that I was getting repaired, and then into the light, which is where he's going to be having his party on Saturday, just to confirm food and numbers and everything. A bit of time before these keys are ready, so I decided to nip and get a quick coffee rather than coming back another day. and then they give me a call to say it's all done, so I go and grab them. It is a great little hardware shop. I really like to use it just so it keeps it in the town centre and keep going. In case of getting back to the car, going to the range, getting a few more bits for my son. We also have to stop and do a delivery for these pubs that we deliver to. A case of gin to drop off for them. Take that inside. Jobs here to do before we can head back home. And we do actually stop off again at the distillery. There was a bottle that I forgot to pack for an order, which I want to drop off the next day. So I decided to nip down and do that before I go home so I don't have to come back down in the morning. Done with our jobs out and about, so I get to head back home, catch up with a bit more paperwork, do some account stuff, and we're done. Friday starts the same. I've got some voiceovers to record for these vlogs. And I can pack up the car, and I'm going to head over to the renovation house today. Got to stop in at the distillery. So there was some rosemary that needed to be added to those batches that we did yesterday, which would run out of, so I ordered a pack which turned up yesterday. I'll stick a little bit more of that in, give it all a good mix up. So also doing a little treasure hunt for my son. This was one of his requests for his birthday. So I had to write out some clues to do a treasure hunt around our house. So I printed those off rather than writing them out by hand. Go back home and get them all cut up, and I stick them round the house in the relevant places with his presents. It's something we did when he was a really young kid, and he loved it, I think, and it's something he remembers. So he does ask for this now and then. Nice close shots of what we put in where as well, just so you can't see how much of a mess our house is. As I'm going over to the renovation house, I need to get a key cut, just because the decorator that I used to have, he kept the old key with him for whatever reason. But unfortunately the guy that cuts the keys isn't in. I also have to do this delivery on the way over. Now we can get there and get stuck in. We need to fit a cover panel on this end because I have a plumber coming to put a pipe through that end. I need the cover panel in place just so he can go through it rather than me trying to fit it around the pipes afterwards. The problem was that IKEA only do a certain depth for these cover panels, and actually because I've stepped mine off the wall slightly to account for how uneven the walls are, the cover panels aren't deep enough. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I'm not sure whether I do a great job here or not, but yeah, cut one. Here's me scribing it just to try and take into account how bold the wall is. And I get it nice and flush. And then I have to go and pick up another cover panel to put in front of it just so they butt up and make one big cover panel. I also want to fit the sink and the taps. just that when the plumber comes, I'm hoping he can fit the water in there. It'll probably be a bit neater. Need a couple of bends just to get the pipes under the units and up into where the sink is. Don't trust me to do that. Then once I'm done, give everything a good clean up, vacuum it, make sure it's nice and tidy, and then we leave for the day. And it's my son's birthday today, so at night we head to Tappenyaki in Leeds. Extra little treat just before the weekend. This is good fun. And that's it for another week. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next one.